this is Team HRB. Here running is better. We're a shoe company in Industry 2, and we're Team B. Let me begin by introducing my co-managers and myself. I am Jessica Gilbert, and my co-managers are Vivian Urea and Mary Molly Harrell. Our strategic vision. Here Running's Better, or HRB, is committed to cornering the market on high-quality athletic footwear. The company wants to raise the quality of the products while maintaining a competitive price for the product. HRB is going to focus on growing market shares through maintaining quality and increasing visibility throughout all 4 regions. Our first competitive strategy with branded footwear was the Coach strategy. With the Coach strategy of the footwear industry, our goal was to corner the market by providing the highest quality of shoe. Our shoes were created with the best materials on the market. We offered less models but at a higher price to justify our high quality. We maintained 1 plant in Asia Pacific after shutting down our North American plant, and our goals were to grow market share in all 4 regions with internet sales and wholesale. Part of our Coach strategy was to continue to increase our SQ rating, which started at 5 in year 10 and increased to 9 by year 17. We lowered our internet price to remain competitive in the Industry 2, and we increased wholesale price to increase our profit margins after lowering in an attempt to compete for market share. Our goal was to compete for profit margin and not market share. We remained consistent with our high quality and never sacrificed quality for price. We provided a 3-week delivery time, which was benchmarked against our competition. We started the percentage of superior materials around 70% and increased to 90% by year 17 to maintain the highest SQ rating we possibly could. We offered a $6 rebate in North America and Latin America, and a $5 rebate in Europe, Africa, and Asia Pacific to attract customers. We maxed out our TQM and Six Sigma quality programs. We wanted to offer the highest quality of shoe in the industry. We increased the price of wholesale in Latin America significantly over the other regions due to the cost of shipping to Latin America, and also to achieve our target profit margin in that region. Our goal was to obtain at least 20% profit margins in all 4 regions if we were able to do so. We ran our Asia Pacific plant at capacity until year 15 when we added overtime. We also increased best practices training and incentive pay throughout the simulation to increase our SQ rating even more to set ourselves apart from the competition. We kept our marketing expenses low to keep costs down and focus on creating our higher profit margins. In addition, we optimized celebrity endorsements and had the longest contract initially signed with Cristiano Romano for 5 years, from year 11 to year 16. And then we won the bid for Jose Montana in year 17. Our duty to corporate social responsibility contribution was done by utilizing recycled boxes. In year 17, we used the cash on hand we had and invested in the use of green footwear materials and ethics training for all our employees. Our competitive strategy in the private label was short-lived. It was initially very successful, with our private label being competitively priced. We began by offering a low SQ rating of 3 and began offering the low price. We exited the private label in year 12 to focus on our Coach strategy and push all resources to our branded shoes.
For our annual total revenues, we saw a drastic decrease from year 10 to year 11 because we cut the number of models that were sold. From year 11 to year 15, we saw a varying increase and decrease in that revenue while we were trying to adjust our prices to match the demand required. Between year 15 and year 16, we reached a solid price standard, and we saw our net revenue increase through year 17. For our earnings per share, we saw a drastic decrease from year 10 to year 11. After year 12, we saw our earnings per share increase each year, reaching investor expectations by year 17, year 16, and continuing to surpass it by year 17. Global market shares. Our strategy was to focus on having a luxury brand, and we focused on our profit margins and not our market shares. Our market shares dropped significantly from year 11 to year 12 and continued to decline until year 16. We started picking up market shares as our demand and industry too outgrew the supply, and our competitions and ourselves began to stock out. In year 17, we were not able to gain any additional market shares because our Asia Pacific plant was at max capacity. We began running overtime in year 16, but we had reached the level that we were able to build. We were not able to add a new plant as this was the last year for the game. Also, our market shares dropped because we pulled out of private label in year 12. Stock price. Our stock dropped from year 11 to year 13, and we saw a steady increase from year 14 to year 17. In year 16, we passed investor expectations, and in year 17, we almost doubled investor expectations. Our stock was affected by our consistent credit rating of an A or above, reaching an A+ by year 17. Strategic planning exercise. Our goal for the whole strategic planning exercise was to exceed investor expectations in all performance measures. We wanted to increase our EPS and ROE to the level that was set by the investors and continue to increase our image rating to an A+ by year 17. Our results were we exceeded investor expectation in our EPS. By year 17, the target was $3.49, and our actual EPS was $5.07. Our return on investment was 3% higher than expected, and we had reached our credit rating of A+. We did not exceed our image rating goal, but we did meet it of 70%. We were unable to meet our consumer demand due to stockouts. Our goal was to not come in last place in the BSG game, but we did not reach that goal. We did, however, exceed or reach all our other planning exercise strategies.
Now we will discuss our competitor analysis. By year 16 and 17, you can see that we had lower market shares in Asia Pacific and Latin America, but they were higher in North America and Europe, Africa. The reason that we did not focus much on the market shares is because our strategy was to focus on increasing our profit margins. We identified Team C as our competitor. Their strategy was also to create a high-quality shoe at a higher price. They differed from us by the amount of models offered and how much they spent on advertising. They also kept their private label shoes in all of their markets other than Latin America. They proved to be an effective competitor because they were able to gain greater market share and had a better image rating. In North America, we can see that our prices were comparable in internet, but Team C increased much more in wholesale. They were able to gain market shares with their private label, but ended up losing in year 13, and later got rid of it in year 2015. In Europe, Africa, we were also comparable in prices and SQ rating. Team C maintained their private label and were able to greatly increase their market shares in year 16. We also remained relatively similar in Asia Pacific in price and SQ rating, but again, they maintained their private label shoes until year 16. We kept a higher price in Latin America compared to Team C in order to increase our profit margin in that area, but they were able to beat us in market shares because they lowered their prices. These are our lessons learned. To recap our strategy, we wanted to offer a higher quality shoe for a higher price. What we did well is we were able to maintain our SQ rating high.
we were also able to increase our profit margins every year. We consistently beat investor expectations for earnings per share and return on equity. We were able to accomplish this by keeping our expenses lower than our competitors. Where we could have improved was to continue with our private label for a couple more years, increase the number of models offered to wholesalers, increase the amount spent on advertising to be more competitive with other companies, pay closer attention to demand to avoid stockouts by building a new plant. We also could have used our cash on hand more wisely. Overall, we learned that creating and maintaining a strategy is a complicated process that takes time and isn't based on one decision. Predicting our competitors' next moves is impossible, but we were able to figure out that benchmarking is important to help us adjust our strategy in order to be successful.